Welcome back to the Gulf Oklahoma Hour here on your home for Sports Animal. Dave Sittler along with Tracy, Phillips, and Ken MacLeod. Now we're going to go down to Oklahoma City and bring on our next guest, Kyle Blaser, the men's golf coach at Oklahoma City University. And first of all, Kyle, thanks so much for joining us. And a lot of people around here might be familiar with Kyle. I think it was like 1995. He coached Jinx to a state championship. And he's done a little bit more than that since then, winning 10 national championships for OCU. And Kyle, welcome to the program. And how are things shaping up so far this year for you guys?
Shaping up very well. Boy, that's a blast from the past, 1995. That was Coach McGraw at Edmond North as well.
Oh, wow.
A long time ago. Shaping up well. The team, we just won our conference championship. We were fortunate enough to host it at Gaillardia, which is a great golf course. Our conference is stacked with some powerhouses. Texas Wesleyan was ranked number 2. Wayland Baptist was ranked number 7. And we came out 20 shots ahead of them. The guys are starting to peak at the right time. So it was a good finish.
Kyle, one of the reasons we wanted to have you on is because obviously there's been a huge amount of discussion about OSU and OU this year and Bedlam and the Driven program and the NCAA championships at Carson Creek. You've won as many national championships as OSU has, all by yourself with 10, and going for your 11th this year. That's remarkable. And with the budget you have, how do you recruit and how do you go about, the blend you have of great Oklahoma kids? You have to find the diamonds in the rough who aren't recruited by the Division I schools. And then internationally, you bring in people like Tyrone Van Aswegen, who's now, a top 50 player on the PGA Tour. So how do you do that?
Well, I'm competitive, very competitive, and I took the job, and we were good. We were a top 10 program, but I knew I had to do something to get us over the edge. And my first international phone call, I met a contact in South Africa, and Tyrone Van Aswegen was a person that she recommended I recruit. I got on him, and he came in, graduated in 4 years, was a 4-time All-American, and he actually won 4 national titles in a row. And on that first team, I had Mark Van Hoos from Moore. I had Ryan Ellis from El Reno. I had a bunch of kids from Oklahoma on that team, and we just got it started off. And we get to play great golf courses too. I mean, everybody talks about Carson Creek and Jimmy Austin, but our rotation around here is Gaillardia, Twin Hills, Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club, Quail Creek, and Lincoln Park. So we've got a great rotation and great support from all the pros around here, and that helps a lot. And then you throw in the academics at our place, and it's a great situation to be a part of.
We're visiting with Kyle Blaser, the Oklahoma City University golf coach, and Coach, I know you have 3 players, I think, that are semifinalists for the NAIA Jack Nicklaus Award. Could you talk a little bit about them?
Yes, I've got Rupert Kaminsky. He's a junior from South Africa. I think Rupert's currently averaging 70.6. I've got another South African. I like South Africans. I've had good luck. Every national championship we've won, we've had a South African on the roster, so I'd be an idiot not to have one. And then we've got Garrison Mendoza, and I know a lot of you are probably familiar with Garrison. He's from Clinton, Oklahoma. He was a quarterback for a state championship football team and a linebacker. Just a fierce competitor. He's a 5th-year senior. He's been one of the best leaders I've ever coached, and he's also a finalist, and he's motivated to go win one on his last year.
Kyle, if there's a recipe to your success of winning 10 national championships. How many players do you like to keep on your squad, and is there a tremendous amount of push from, let's say, however I'd say the people that push the top 5? Do you have a bunch of that to kind of create that atmosphere?
Yeah, I typically like to keep around 10 on my roster. This year, it's been great. We've had 7 kids playing the top 5, which that's great competition. Carson Seals, a kid from Ardmore, Oklahoma. He was right on the cusp of playing top 5. He's in and out the lineup. And, we had our end-of-the-year meetings, and I said, hey, Carson, I'm going to go another way. And he's like, Coach, I don't blame you. He was very supportive. it's just a great group of kids. They all support each other academically and then on the golf course. And it's, being a golf coach, you get kids that are competing against each other to travel. And, you're wondering if the selfishness of being a golfer comes out. And, I think the key is to get kids that really support each other, whether they're playing or not. And I've been very fortunate to have that type of mentality and those type of kids.
Kyle, I'm sorry, Chris.
Go ahead.
You mentioned that the national championship, you're preparing your team for that right now. Will you have time to come up and watch your son next few days in Broken Arrow play for the state championship?
Yeah, I will. Blake, he's a senior going to Louisiana Tech, and he just won the West Regional in Enid. I'm going to try to get over there. I know we're playing at Oak Tree National, and then we'll be playing at Cedar Ridge Wednesday, so we've got a busy week ahead of us. But, yeah, I've always got to go watch those kids play because there's some good ones in the state of Oklahoma.
What's at Cedar Ridge?
We're just going to go play. I'm playing some great golf courses to prepare the guys to get ready. We're playing at TPC Deer Run, which is a great golf course. It's got dog legs and elevation changes, so we're trying to find golf courses that are similar.
Yeah, that's what we're talking with Kyle Blaser, the OCU golf coach, who's going to go for their 11th NAIA National Championship here in about 10 days. Deer Creek or Deer Run is in Silvis, Illinois?
Yeah, it's called Quad Cities area. It's kind of unique. You cross the river, you're in Iowa, and then you back across, you're in Illinois. But yeah, it's Quad Cities area. It's in Silvis. TPC Deer Run is where they host the John Deere Classic, where Jordan Spieth holed out, if you remember right, to win getting to the Masters. But yeah, what a great golf course. That typically they're setting up the venue for the PGA, so the kids get to experience what it's like to be on the PGA quality course.
Well, Kyle, Dave mentioned earlier that you used to be in this area at Jenks, and I was hopeful of getting you back in this area until a certain program dropped their golf, or a certain university dropped their golf program. Have you had other, all this time you've had this amazing success at OCU, have you thought about moving up to the Division I level and had some opportunities, or are you just happy there, or what's the situation?
Yeah, I have had opportunities, and, it's a family decision. My wife's got a great job here. We like it where we live here in Edmond, but if the right decision comes across, yeah, we'll definitely consider. And that's, with Blake being where he's at, and I've got two more kids that are golfers, I'll give it a try eventually, I think, but it's been good where I'm at with Oklahoma City University. I've got Jim Abbott, great support. It's a good situation with our athletic program.
You mentioned your son Blake, Kyle. He's the number one player on the defending state champions. Did you try to recruit him?
I did. I did try to recruit him, but we both decided that we would probably butt heads too much, and that was probably a good decision. My big recruiting ploy to him was, guess what, Blake? When we travel, you'll have a roommate. He goes, Dad,
that did it.
Yeah.
Right there, did.
No, he's going to go play for Coach Terry at La Tech. He's a new coach. He was at Troy University, and I really like what Coach Terry's doing, and Blake's excited about the opportunity to play there. And
you have two other sons, Carson and Chase. Now, how old are they? And are they? You said they're both golfers, also.
Yeah, Chase is 9. He's still playing a bunch of sports, but I don't know. He keeps telling me he's shooting under par every time I talk to him, so he's pretty good. And then I got Carson, who'll be a freshman in high school at Memorial next year.
That's great.
All right. Listen, Kyle, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck when you head to Illinois here in a couple of weeks.
Well, I hope I get to talk to you again after we win our 11th.
We would love to have you on, and maybe we can even talk about your son winning a state championship, too.
That would be a perfect ending.
Well,
thanks, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Kyle Blaser, really, like Ken has said, kind of overlooked with all the great golf in this state, what he's done. I mean, he's won those 10 titles in a lot less time than Oklahoma State's won there. So very impressive, and appreciate him coming on.